Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show. This is Shadrach Triton Semi, and Angela has a Monty Roberts dually halter on semi. It's one of our best training tools for groundwork. The dually halter is a device that you can use just as a regular halter, or you can use it kind of like a rope halter, stud chain kind of thing. Put it on the side closest you, the ring closest you, Angela. That gives you the control of the double-stranded nylon rope across Semi's nose. The yacht rope lead line, 12 foot, with a quick release attachment. Now we're going to start a new series this season of obstacles review to gain mutual confidence. You know, years ago we did obstacles here with all three of my Morgans. We felt that we had accomplished everything we wanted to do, so we moved on to other things. But last week, we were going to take Semi out to a trail, and we're trying to beat the rains and get out there before it gets too wet. So Katie, who was riding Semi, said, I'm going to come back here and do a few obstacles just to, you know, get in tune with Semi. And we realized that Semi was a little bit rusty on some of these obstacles. For example, right beyond her there is a teeter-totter, and that was a very, very big challenge to Semi years ago. We accomplished it from the ground and in saddle, and then we moved on to other things. But when we asked Semi to do the teeter-totter last week, she showed us that she'd forgotten to be confident. And we want to regain that confidence, both her in us and us in her. I'm just going to show you what her present status is. Angela, do you feel okay about walking across the short side? Keep in mind that she might try to jump it. What we did when we tried this yesterday is we walked up to the short side and stopped, and then backed her off a little bit. That's called approach retreat. And then asked her to step across. So stop now. Good. Back her up a little bit. I have a crop in my hand if we need an arm extension. Okay. Now, as you walk across the low end of the teeter-totter, let's see if she's going to be, oh my goodness, much better than yesterday, much better than last week. We're going to do the small step at a time again. We're going to show you how we gain confidence in each other using these obstacles. Now she's kind of licking her lips. That's good. Good. Absolutely, absolutely much better. Do it again, Angela. I was watching her, and I don't think the camera was on her. And I am really proud of the progress we've made in just 24 hours. We try to make our sessions short. We use saddle if we feel we need the extra ability to use leg pressure, rein pressure, balance. Semi especially is an investigator. So we're giving her the opportunity to investigate before she becomes right-brained. Oh, tremendous progress, A+. Let's go back the other way, and that's all we're going to do today. But then we're going to show you in this series how we negotiate every obstacle here with every Morgan horse here. Good. She's listening nicely. Her attitude is excellent. And that's all for today. You can take her back, Angela. I'm just going to pan through this obstacle area and show you how many different obstacles we have. And by the way, there's my bull. He's an obstacle too. There's Sadie, my youngest Morgan, who wanted to come running back here, and she said, I want to see what you guys are going to be doing. And I said, well, she's kind of an obstacle. You can't always do things in a pristine area with no distractions. We have so many obstacles back here in a tight space, because this is an urban rural setting and we don't have a lot of space, but we have all the challenges we want, and we'll show you how we negotiate them with Semi, Sadie, and Eve. And by the way, this is Sadie. Even if it starts raining, we can do some obstacles in my covered square pen, so this series might go through the whole winter. Now we're working Sadie on the same obstacle as we presented to Semi this morning. We're going to go across the short side. Sadie's my youngest Morgan, and I really think she's going to be good with it, but I never know. What's the attitude? What's the mood? Angela's putting the lead line, the outrope lead line, on the side ring of the Monty Roberts dually halter, so it's more of a training halter and not just a leading halter. And we have a surcingle on Sadie. I don't think we're going to use it today on Sadie, but when we graduate to trying to do these same things with drive lines from the ground, we'll be using something as simple as that nylon surcingle. Okay, Angela? I'm going to stay out of the way. We're going to show you how Sadie walks across. Yeah, you can let her investigate. I kind of think that Sadie doesn't even need to stop and all of that. Let's just assume she's going to do it unless we have trouble. Very nice. And turn around, go back. We don't need to approach retreat. Approach retreat is something you use if you have a horse that's a little bit concerned or might go right-brained. I think Sadie will just go right for it. She'll do what you're requesting. Yeah. As a matter of fact, now I think Angela's going to be able to walk the length of this teeter-totter, because we've never had trouble with Sadie on that. Not when we first exposed her to it years ago, not since then when we've reviewed it, but you'll see how she behaves now. There you go. It just tottered, and she said, no problem. Can you turn around and get her to step up on the high side? But before you do that, Kyle, would you turn around and look over there? This is what Sadie just saw. My heifers and my bull are standing there on an east corridor, and look at Sadie's body language here. Sadie sees them, she knows them, but she doesn't expect to see them there. But I'm pretty confident that Sadie will be confident in us. This is all about, do we still have mutual confidence? Her nostrils are bulging because she's trying to smell them. She sees them. Does she actually recognize them as cows? What you're looking at there is a creek bank. There's a lot of critters there, so my horses have to deal with that prey-predator relationship sometimes when they're down on this end doing obstacles. Okay, so Angela, I think she's okay. Why don't you walk around? I think we'll get her focused. Do a circle. Approach the teeter-totter. Let's see if she understands that we want her to step up. And you remember, you stay out of the way in case she gets concerned. Will she step up? She did. And it tottered down. Now it's tottering down. And as I suspected, as I was hoping, Sadie was fine on the teeter-totter. Tomorrow or the next day we'll try Eve, and Eve needs a little practice on footing. When we took her to the compost to pull the harrow, she felt better walking on grass than on the compost. And I grant you the compost was a little bit slippery and a little bit thick in places. So we've turned off the irrigation altogether on that end of the pasture where we have the compost and the hay test site, and we're going to give it a few days and then ask Eve again to walk down the compost and not be concerned about her footing. But in the meantime, we can give her practice here because we have a variety of footings here in this obstacles area. Even some thick, not compost, but shavings. Kyle, can you look over there and look at that short pile of shavings? That's something we may want Eve to walk through, especially with drive lines, maybe with a lead line at first as well. So she'll know that her feet might sink a little bit, but she'll have confidence in us and walk forward as we request. Okay, now let me take Sadie for a minute, and I'm gonna just introduce a new obstacle. I have always used cavalettis, but for the first time I saw Clinton Anderson using cavaletti type jumps at 90-degree angles rather than in succession. So I took two of my cavalettis, put them on a medium level. They're over there. Can you point to the cavalettis? This is a small area, so I'm not sure that's where I'm going to leave the cavaletti set up. But let me show you what I'm going to ask my horses to do, and I don't know if I'll be successful today. I'm going to go out to beyond the cavaletti that's horizontal, not coming at us, but horizontal. That's a driveway. I'm going to ask Sadie, to step over that cavaletti and then make a right angle turn and step over the other cavaletti. I'm putting the lead line on the center ring, making it more like just a halter. Step over. Good. Will she lift her back leg? She did. Whoa. Back. You know what, Angela? Move this cavaletti out a little bit here so that I can then turn around and make a right angle. Just a little bit. Okay. All right, now I'm going to ask her to make a turn. She's investigating, that's good. Will she lift her feet? She has to know where her feet are. Yes, yes. A little bit concerned. We're going to do that again. Give her a chance to practice. Over. She's a little bit more energetic. Left turn. Okay. Now, what are we going to do to challenge her a little more? Not today, because she did so well today. I'm just going to call this my moment of resolution. We're going to ask her to do it at a trot. Will she be able to pick up speed? Will she know where her legs are? Clear the cavalettis. They're on a medium rung. We could make them even higher, but I didn't want to do that for today. I wanted this to be a successful experience for her. And you've seen Sadie, Shadrach, Sunshine Sadie, my youngest Morgan mare, negotiate two of the obstacles here at Shadrach Farms. We'll keep showing you. We're going to make this a series because this task of negotiating the obstacles is a way to build confidence. Confidence leads to respect. Respect leads to the right answers, especially when you're out on the trail, when you never know what you're going to meet up with. This is Firecrest Easter Eve. She's usually really good with obstacles. We've just taken her over the teeter-totter and other easy obstacles here in my Shadrack Farms obstacles area with the lead line. So now we're putting the drive lines on. We've got a SIR single on. Notice that the drive lines have a quick release here connected to a snaffle bit. We do have a shank here, but we're connecting only to the top of the bit, so it's more like a D-ring snaffle. We don't feel we need the extra stop from the shank. We've got the drive lines going through an extra piece of hardware here, which allows us to move the drive lines in and out a little more. Eve is usually pretty good about drive line work. Sometimes we have a little trouble with the hoe command, and we've been working on that. So we're going to see if we're going to have the trouble. I'll put the lead line back on. Otherwise, we're just going to drive her over the teeter-totter and then drive her over the cavalettis here. Maybe just one at first, and then if that goes well, do one, ho, G, or ha, and over the other one. These cavalettis are at a right angle, which is something that I only recently challenged my horses with. You ready? Okay, now this lead line is a 12-foot yacht rope lead line with a quick release connector to the halter. Angela, go all the way around, give her the opportunity to do a ha and a G, and then approach this teeter-totter here from the front. And I'm going to be nearby. With a convenient arm extension, just a piece of PVC, white piece of PVC. We will do lead line control if we feel we need it. We'll see. He doesn't usually care at all about the teeter-totter, and she didn't care this time either. Turn around now. It's some easy way to get her around. Give yourself plenty of approach. Go through the trees if you have to. Back around. You're going to go from the high side. This is the high side to the low side. Good. Give yourself plenty of approach so that she can, that's not good. You don't want her to have to do a right angle turn there. Go through the trees, which is good. That's a good exercise. Good. Stay behind her. Now a G, a G. Okay, let's see if she'll step up. She has to step up. Yes. She did just fine. She almost stepped off here, which wouldn't have been a real dangerous situation, but I think it would have startled her. So next time, we won't do it again today because we were successful. Next time we have to aim more for the center of the teeter-totter. Okay, now, approaching these cavalettis from a direction where, again, you have a long approach. Did you mean to do it? She said, oh, I think I have to do teeter-totter again. Okay, now, now try a step over. Good, good, good. Yeah, I thought it would be a challenge to do a quick turn, quick ha turn. So this time, give her a little bit of a tug on the ha direction so she understands that, okay, I'm not going straight. I'm doing a left-hand turn. Remember, this is all lead line work. We're so proud of Eve. Now, ha.
Good girl, Eve.
Yes, and she's lifting her legs real nice. She's knowing where her legs are. She's doing the lifting. So let's just do it one more time. Even just straight away from that direction is fine. Just straight away on this cavaletti. Step up, step up. Good, good. All right, I see another easy one that will at least go through forward, and that's the L. We're gonna watch Eve go through the L, which is gonna require a G turn at the turn of the L. I make these obstacles from materials that I have left over here. Those are just vinyl rails that are clasped together with hardware. Look at Eve's body language. Good. Very nice. Now make a nice round curve here and go the other direction. And what's really challenging in the L, whether you be on lead line, on drive line, or in saddle, is to back through it. We'll do that another day. She's doing so well today, we want to make this a really successful, comfortable, pleasurable task. Very nice. Now go back to the driveway, and I'm pretty sure that Eve will go on the big steps. She has always been good about it, but make sure you approach with a good straight approach. So you're going to go down the driveway and turn her around, and then stay on the south side of the steps. And remember, now you're going to have to go up there with her, and when she gets to the high step, you're going to have to be with her so you don't pull on her mouth when she steps off. Now, of course, she could give us trouble. We haven't done this in years. So I'm ready with my tools. Uh-oh, better go around again. We want to stay in the middle. We want to approach with a long, straight approach, and then stay in the middle. Notice that we have caballos on Eve. She has been shoeless now for, about 3 months, but when we work her, we give her the advantage of a boot, and those are caballo boots, which we find really handy. She's being real light, huh? Yep. Okay, good. Keep her going. A little bit of misunderstanding, huh? She's trying to get a ha. A little tug. Slide your hand down. Good, good. Good, very nice. You want to slide your hand down the lead line or the drive line that needs to be tugged back. Okay, let's try again. If you want me to try it, I will. You want to try it again? Okay. Eve just didn't understand what the job was, the task. The task was to go up on the second step and then come back down. And you want to try to make sure you're in the middle, especially on the second step, so she doesn't accidentally fall off the side with any of her legs. Now, if we do this with Sadie, we might have just as successful a run, but I would want to put on the Monty Roberts dually halter to have a little bit of extra control in case we have to put lead line control on her. Sadie is Eve's daughter, and Sadie is younger and less experienced. Semi is my best cow horse, and it's sometimes she's good at the obstacles. Oh, no, go in the middle. No, then don't go on. Oh. Did you mean to go on it?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta aim her better.
Yep.
Back her. Let's see if you can back her.
Back.
Ah, she sees all this beautiful grass. She says, wow. What a snack. Back. Okay, now go back around.
Back.
Okay, that's fine. Backing is always a good request. Back.
Back. Back.
Yeah, keep going back. We're straight.
Back. Back.
Okay, now forward and down the center.
Up.
Now here's the challenge. Very nice. Yeah, very good. You can see that took us a few trips around. Then when she understood what the job was, and thank goodness there were 2 of us. Thank goodness we have the tools that we need to keep it a safe journey. Now we've shown you Firecrest Easter Eve at her first session this season doing the obstacles. We have all those other obstacles to do. Kyle, can you turn around and kind of pan the scene? We've got barrels. We've got a T made out of vinyl posts. We've got a box preceded by a wooden bridge that we ask them to step into, to stop, turn right or left. We've got a couple of posts that are uneven yet parallel, and that requires the horse to really know where their legs are. They've got to judge when they lift up their legs where they are and how high they have to go. And then here's some challenges. I'm sure that Eve would be good at it, but we won't ask her today. We've got some curtains. There's a rope curtain right there. Here is a caution tape curtain. Kind of scary because it's yellow. But we're going to ask Eve, especially in Driveline, to go through the caution tape curtain. Not today, though. She has done her job today, and she gets an A+. Here's a postscript. We just felt like we wanted to challenge Eve with some G and Ha requests that would be easy for her. We don't want to put her up against something that we think would be hard for her today. So we decided to just zigzag around the barrels, which means they're so close together, which means some sharp G and Ha turns, so to speak. Okay, let's see if Angela can do it. She's doing very well with Eve. Eve is understanding her tugs and her G and Ha request, G being right, Ha being left. Let's see if Eve can zigzag around those barrels, back down the driveway, and home. G. Good, good. And a Ha, real sharp Ha? Yes. Yes, but it's all light, soft. And a G. A little bit wide. Go through it again. Try to hug it. Give her a warning that you're going to G or Ha. Once she understands what the request is, she'll just do it for you. Slide your hand down. That's it. Slide it down. See how I help by being a visual block? I just picked up my arms. Slide your hand down on the G. Yeah, give her the benefit of understanding the request. Right away, make it clear, but light and soft. Now G around that final barrel. Slide your hand down. In other words, don't pull your elbow behind your body, just slide your hand down the rein. Okay, and head for the driveway, and we'll watch you take Eve back out to her herd mates, where she gets to pasture on irrigated grass for the rest of the day. We love Firecrest Easter Eve so much because she's so easy. She's just so willing. But I will tell you that she's afraid of little things in the bushes. So when we go out on the trail, we always have to be a little bit careful to give her confidence and focus on our requests when we're near bushes. Just know your horse. Deal with their limitations and let them do what they're good at. And that's what we just did with Firecrest Easter Eve. See more at www.urbancowgirlchannel.com.